It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Maiduguri explosion rock Maiduguri ahead of Buhari's visit. The news in full. The explosion came few hours before President Muhammadu Buhari's visit to the state, and Buhari is built to commission an edifice donated by Muhammad in Dimi to the University of Maiduguri. He is also expected to commission some projects executed by the Borno State government. As at the time of filing this report, it wasn't clear if there were casualties and what properties had been destroyed after President Muhammadu Buhari left the place. President Muhammadu Buhari had on Thursday morning left Abuja to the Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, on an official visit, where the president's chopper left the presidential villa about 10:04 a.m. at the time the vice president was presiding over the extraordinary virtual Federal Executive Council (FEC) meeting at the council chambers presidential villa Abuja. President Muhammadu Buhari, who was visiting Maiduguri to commission multiple projects embarked upon and completed by the Borno State governor, Professor Babangana Zulum. I recall that on Tuesday, Governor Zulum of Borno State had said that President Muhammadu Buhari has greatly supported Borno State and made sacrifices so that the people can live in peace, harmony, and progress. He also said that President Muhammadu Buhari has spent more than 50 million naira to generate stable and sustainable power and energy for the people of Borno State. Conference in Abuja on Tuesday, where Afunaya said that contrary to the claims that Mazen Amdekano has actually been given enough treatment, in fact, given audience to change his clothes and also to practice his Jewish religion, saying that all that is needed for adequate attention has been given to Mazen Amdekano, and that the indigenous people of Biafra and also his legal team are just trying to look for what is not, perhaps just trying to be mischievous and trying to get some sympathy from the public so as to mislead them with their information of the fact that it was not being treated fairly, saying that a whole lot of people had actually come to pay him a visit, and every one of them has always acknowledged that Mazen Amdekano is actually doing fine in the custody. Also, and the military in their fight against insecurity, the Niger State governor and actually, the army staff is busy bracing himself, and the Niger State governor has cried out loudly that Boko Haram and ISWAP fighters have taken over Shiroro and Bogu forest, saying that no statement from the military is reassuring these days, and any insurgent group that has set eyes on this forest, of course, as the federal capital as its ultimate objective. So nobody is safe, not even the president of the nation. And he was asked how long, this kind of thing will continue, because it appears that the federal government is out of ideas and they do not know what to do, and they do not want to admit it. And the major problem is that they are living in self-denial. Asked again a few days ago, the revered spiritual leader and Sultan of Sokoto said that the north is now a killing field. How did that melancholic statement come to you, and has the situation come to stay, or do you hope that when Buhari leaves in 2023, the situation might change? And responding, the NABA ex-rep of Speaker says that the problem is nationwide, but there is no guarantee that any change of government will contain the situation until the political leaders change the way they handle public affairs, saying that this is because it is the mismanagement of governance and maladministration by political leaders that feed these insecurities, saying that what is bad is that the current administration and political party they belong to have not shown any readiness to change their methods. For example, you have a party that is managed by a caretaker committee for 1.5 years. And this is a party that has produced the president, which becomes which means that the president is condoning all the unpalatable things within the party. We know that the All Progressive Congress (APC) is characterized by many factions. In many states, there are 2, 3, or even 4 factions, and this has arisen on account of the way and manner that the party is being mismanaged. They are mismanaging their political party while they are battling to solve the problems of their party. How do they concentrate on governing the country? But whatever party in power is not a guarantee that this security situation will just stop.
The polity, which consists of political parties and all other institutions, should organize to manage the country in a manner that people will enjoy security. What is worse is that they don't even seem to understand the problem. And if they don't understand the problem, how can they solve the problem? That is the saddest aspect of the situation that we have found ourselves in. And when further asked about the issue of the president declining assent to the electoral bill, including the direct primaries, which has dominated public discourse recently, asked about his take on what is his view on the fact that the majority of Nigerians were for direct primaries, he says that honestly he is heartbroken that the president refused to assent to the bill, and he does not have any valid reasons for refusing to assent it other than the fact that he has vested interest in what happens in the party and country in the next general election. And this is what is before the president and the APC. They are preoccupied with how to continue to control people rather than securing the people. That informed the reasons he refused to assent to the bill. Otherwise, somebody who had confessed to be the masses for the masses for over 16 years, how can he refuse to assent to an act that would now release the people from bondage and slavery? This is because Nigerians have been enslaved by their political parties and political operators because of the lack of doing direct primaries. And this is the only thing that would unblock the people from bondage. So what is he running away from? Some people are alleging that it is because it is costly, but isn't it costlier not to have direct primaries, which would lead to good governance? When you adopt direct primaries, people would now begin to elect candidates that they like, unlike a situation where you only allow delegates to vote. I believe that no price is too much to pay for having good leadership, and it is not only when you people allow freedom to choose that you begin to see who are good and those that are bad. It is very disheartening that the president refused to assent to the bill, and he did not have any excuse to have not signed it into law. Asked about his party inaugurated the Yoka Ayu-led team, what are Nigerians hoping to see from the PDP with all the intra-party crisis in PDP? Do you think that the opposition party has what it takes to upstage the APC in 2023? And his response is that with the emergence of Dr. Yoka Ayu as the national chairman of the PDP, says that he believes that a lot of things will be done to strengthen the party. And once the party is strengthened and people become more aware of their responsibilities and their operators, they respect internal democracy within the party, says that he believes that party would have been reset to face the task, facing the country. And as per the position on the North retaining power in 2023, against the backdrop of the overwhelming call by the Southerners for power shift of the region, says that as far as he is concerned, that any Nigerian who has the capacity and ability, irrespective of where he or she comes from or aspires from to be the president of this country, neither the North nor the South has the monopoly of producing a president.